Here you see the phenylalanine converted to phenyl pyruvate with the transamination reaction, and decarboxylation converts it into the phenyl acetate, and reduction reduces to phenyl lactate. And what are the clinical manifestations? These are mental retardation, agitation, hyperactivity, tremors, and convulsions, hypopigmentation, mousy body odor due to phenyl-lactic acid in sweat. Because there is no production of melanin, no production of pyroxine, no production of no synthesis of epinephrine and norepinephrine. So these clinical findings are there in the case of phenylketonuria. And you see the clinical presentation: hypopigmentation, tremors, psychosis, seizures, cognitive dysfunctions. And here you see the babies are tested both formula fed and breastfed, and after a minimum 24 hours after bringing the milk, and retest in 7 to 10 days to catch the earlier past negatives. And there is big no for milk, dairy products, dry beans, nuts, eggs, which are having high phenylalanine content. And cereals, fruits, and vegetables in moderation is given to the baby. Newborn screening is very, very important because the early diagnosis is the key for the treatment, because this case is treatable by dietary means. But what happens sometimes, the newborns may have normal phenylalanine level at birth because the mother clears the increased level of phenylalanine through the placenta. So normally the screening for newborn is done after 48 hours of birth, and if there is any doubt, you repeat it after 7 to 10 days. And if there is a positive case, then the quantitative determination of phenylalanine is done. And prenatal diagnosis is also possible, and it is also done. Now, for lab diagnosis, blood phenylalanine chromatography and tandem mass spectroscopy, which is done for the several newborn metabolic errors of metabolism for the newborns. Guthrie test is done, which is a rapid screening test for phenylalanine, perichloride test, and DNA probe. And the treatment is early detection is the key to prevent the IQ deterioration. So treatment is diet with low phenylalanine, synthetic amino acid preparations, tyrosine is given through diet, and lifelong diet restriction is an important point, because if the in adult good, the patient, the individual stops the diet restrictions, then IQ deteriorations start. So the lifelong diet restriction is a must. And one important point for this phenylketonuria, that they have to avoid aspartame, which is a artificial sweetener which contains phenylalanine. So the dietary protein have to provide this tyrosine for the synthesis of melanin, proteins, dopamine, and other products. Now coming to alkaptonuria, inherited autosomal recessive disorder, common in India, but the person having alkaptonuria leads fairly a normal life. And which enzyme is deficient? There is deficiency of homogentisic acid oxidase enzyme. So no degradation of homogentisic acid, which is excreted in the urine and causes the organic aciduria. The one important and very characteristic finding in this case is that the urine on a standing becomes black from the top, and which is due to the mixing with atmospheric oxygen. And this is, the patient complains that my urine becomes dark. And sometimes you see for the newborns and babies, the diapers has become black spotted. So that is how they doubt, and they have suspicion, and then their investigation is started. And the The number one finding is homogenic acid is excreted in urine. Number two is early onset of arthritis in big joints. And number three symptom is alkapton bodies found in the third and fourth decade, which is known as ochronosis. That is the deposition of alkapton bodies in intervertebral disc, cartilages of nose, pinna of ear. So the diagnosis with the history and ferric chloride test is done, Bendix test for differential diagnosis of reducing substances and detection of homogenetic acid by the tandem mass spectroscopy. And the treatment is the minimal protein intake with low phenylalanine and tyrosine. And you see this inborn error of metabolism is used by the Garrod in 1908, and it has introduced the Garrod's tetrad, which includes alkaptonuria, albinism, cystinuria, and pentosuria. We have discussed alkaptonuria, we have discussed cystinuria in the when we were discussing about metabolism of cystine, and now we are going to discuss about the albinism. And pentosuria you will have read in during the glucose metabolism. Albinism, which is an autosomal recessive disorder, tyrosinase enzyme is completely absent, so defective synthesis of melanin, ocular fundus hyperpigmented, iris gray, red, leads to photophobia, nystagmus, decreased visual acuity, skin there is low pigmentation and that is sensitive to ultraviolet rays, and we found melanomas on the skin and hair may be white. Now coming to the hyperthyroxinemias. It may be hepatorenal tyrosinemia, which is known as tyrosinemia type 1, or it may be tyrosinosis. Autosomal recessive disorders, and there is fumarate acetoacetate hydrolase enzyme is deficient, and the symptoms appears in the first in the 6 months of life, then death occurs rapidly. There is cabbage like odor due to tyrosine, increased level of tyrosine. This leads to hypoglycemia because there is liver failure, mild mental retardation, and urine serum tyrosine is present. And the mainly death is due to liver failure. Here is number 8 enzyme, that is fumarate acetoacetate is absent, deficient, and that leads to no production of fumarate and acetoacetate. That is why there is hypoglycemia. Now, thank you. In the next class, we will discuss about other aromatic amino acid metabolism. Okay, thank you.